to my YouTube channel. I'm actually new here, so please give me a like, comment, and subscribe, and go on and check that little bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I post. I plan on posting maybe once a week starting out because, you know, it's kind of hard getting into it and getting used to everything. But as you guys can tell from the title, I'm gonna be telling you guys about how I found out I was pregnant at 17. I'm actually currently 17. I turned 18 in July. But yeah, currently I'm 17 and I found out just about 2 months ago. So if you guys see me looking down on my phone, it's because I have like notes to keep me on track, because pregnancy brain is definitely a thing. I don't care. But yeah, so if you see me looking down, just know that my key points that I wanted to hit are on my phone. A little bit of background history on me and my boyfriend. His name is Hector, and we've been dating for a year now, but we have been talking for at least a year and 7 or 8 months. So like, we've been talking for a while. Basically, I live with my boyfriend and I track my period and like my cycle and everything. I mean, I don't know what girl nowadays does it, but I track it, and like, it comes on time every single time, like spick and span. So like, I typically know around the time that I ovulate and all of this stuff. So like, I don't know, I was like tracking my stuff, and like, I knew, you know, that I was feeling different at least 2 days after ovulation. I swear to you, it started 2 days after. And I also want to make another video about the symptoms that I felt and like DPO and all that, but like, for just now, like, just know you feel different. So honestly, I just knew like things were different. I knew I was feeling off. Like, my boobs typically don't hurt that bad. Even around my period, they don't normally hurt that bad. So like, when they were hurting 2 days after ovulation, like, I was a little bit worried. And like, I was telling my cousin, who I'm pretty close with, that like, if I'm not pregnant, then I have breast cancer, like something's going on, because like, my chest was just intolerable. So like, I was always that person to go on the internet, and like, I would always go on YouTube and like look up videos, just like symptoms and all of that stuff, even though I knew it was too early to start trying to look at symptoms. Like, I was looking at videos trying to see like if it could possibly be. And like, so yeah, I was constantly looking at videos and trying to match up symptoms and all of that stuff. And like, honestly, period symptoms and pregnancy symptoms are very similar. So honestly, if you're looking for symptoms, it's kind of hard to tell if your period's coming or if you're pregnant. And I was kind of like in denial, like, you know, my period's just coming, because I do PMS really bad. So honestly, I knew some, like, the symptoms were similar. I kind of just knew that I was pregnant, but you know, you never think it's gonna happen to you. So not only was I looking at the videos, making sure that like there were symptoms and stuff, but I was going on my period tracker and seeing if things would line up to me even getting pregnant, and of course they did. And so then I kind of like knew, since the 2DPO, where my chest was just hurting really bad, and like, I already had symptoms, which I'm gonna get into in a different video, but I knew like something was up. So I tested at 7 or 8 DPO, because honestly, based on my app, I think I ovulated a day early, which was have set me at 8 DPO. But if I ovulated when my app said I ovulated, then I would have been 7 DPO. And anyway, the test came back negative, completely negative. I didn't see any faint lines, I didn't see anything. So, you know, I thought it was okay. And then I waited 2 days later, which was either 9 or 10 DPO, and that was mine and my boyfriend's 11-month anniversary. And that test was positive. Like, without a doubt, it was positive. It was a faint line. After you get a negative test, you expect all of the tests that you take to be negative instantly, and it wasn't. It was positive, and I freaked out. So I was at my boyfriend's house when I took the, I don't know if I said that already, but I took the test in his bathroom. Sorry, I'm winded. That is a part of pregnancy, okay? And let me tell you, I am 10 weeks. And anyway, so yeah, I was like just completely in shock. I was looking at that test like, there's no way that this is mine, and I was just freaking out. Honestly, I texted my cousin. I was like, tell me you see that second line. Tell me you see that second line. I'm not crazy. And then what I did next was, because okay, I peed in a cup, and I dipped it, and then, you know, I waited. But I called my boyfriend. He was in the room. I was like, I need you to bring me those other 2 tests. And he's like being stubborn. He's like, you don't need them, da 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 da, you're fine, you're not pregnant, da, 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 da. You just tested, it was negative. And so I take the cup of urine into the room because I'm still freaking out, and like I opened those other 2 tests and I dipped them both, and then I lay them down so that they can do it. And sure enough, there was 2 lines on all 3 of the tests, and I was freaking out. But my boyfriend was already kind of skeptical that I was pregnant, and like he was like, I bet you $5 you're pregnant, a couple days before. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, I'm willing to make that bet because like I'm not. And so when we was on the phone and he was being stubborn, not trying to bring me other tests, I was like, well then I guess I owe you $5. So he already knew something was up. He was just looking at the one that I already taken, and he just flushed. He was completely red. I mean, he always says he wanted to be a dad and that he wouldn't mind if it happened and stuff, but like he was completely flushed and like just shocked. I mean, I don't know how to explain anything else. And then he just gave me like a really big hug, and we just like sat there for a minute, just kind of, you know, reminiscing in the moment, like this is really gonna happen, I'm really pregnant. And then yeah, basically that was it. You know, I went and I was so excited. I know you're supposed to wait till about 3 months or 12 weeks, but I literally told my sister, I was like, bro, you're gonna be an auntie. I sent her all 3 tests. I sent it to my friends, a couple of them, you know, just people here and there. I was really afraid, but yeah, I was still, even though I seen 3 positive tests, I still was not completely convinced that I was pregnant. So I went to the store later that day and got 2 Clearboo tests. One was a digital, one wasn't. And I took the digital one, and sure enough, without a doubt, like without any time, hesitation, anything, it was like pregnant. I was excited. I mean, I know I'm 17, I know I'm young, and like most girls probably wouldn't agree that they would be excited about being pregnant, but I mean, I feel like it's a blessing, and I'm excited. I've been excited since that day, even when I told my grandma and my dad and how they, you know, reacted. I was still excited, and nothing's gonna change how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm nervous. I mean, like I kind of felt like I was, and so I mean, I was shocked still, like extremely shocked and very excited. And honestly, that's just how I felt. Like that's just how it was. But anyway, that's basically how I found out. There's nothing really crazy to it. Like I kind of assumed before I got the positive test that I was, but then once I got that negative test, it was like, nah, probably not. I'm tricking my brain into thinking, you know, because things were lining up and symptoms were matching up. So, you know, I kind of psyched myself out of thinking that, but basically that's how I found out. Honestly, I don't know, guys, but please subscribe and follow me along with this journey. I had a 9-week ultrasound. I was exactly 9 weeks, and I got my little ultrasound pictures. They're so tiny and so cute and so small. If you guys want to follow me along with this journey, I would really be grateful. Please comment and subscribe. I would love to hear you guys' feedback, and I'm gonna try and be consistent. And tune in for my next video, and I'll see you guys later. Mwah.